Hey guys, welcome to Ronjo Hacks YouTube channel. Yeah, and today we're going to share how we can create word list using Crunch tool. And the moment we talk of a word list, these are just a combination of rather a list of words which you can be using or rather which you can use to perform some brute forcing attack, that is which you can be using to try and crack passwords for a particular either website, Wi-Fi and all that. So word list generation skill is very important in this case, and one of the tools which you can use to generate a word list is Crunch, and that is what you are going to go through today. So you can just check, first of all, check the man page for the Crunch. Check the man page for Crunch just by just typing man Crunch, and can there we have generate word list from a character set. So you just provide some characters, and the idea is you must be very creative, and you must think outside the box when trying to come up with a word list, so that you may come up with a word list which will enable you to succeed in whatever you do. You just don't create a word list anyhow. So you need to choose the characters which you are suspecting that the victim might have used in his website or her website. It can be a website or a network or a Wi-Fi. So you need to provide some specific characters, and this is the usage for the crunch. You have crunch, that is the tool, the minimum length for the password and the maximum, and then the characters which you are doubting that the victim or the user might have used. So you can press Q to quit, and then we go straight to now interacting with the crunch. So we can also check the help page for crunch. And check the help page for crunch -h. That is, the usage is right there, crunch, minimum and maximum, and then the other options. So you just go straight to using crunch. Love crunch, and in this case I'll just generate a word list with a minimum of 3 characters and a maximum of 5 characters. So a minimum we have 3, and the maximum is you must have a space to indicate there is minimum and maximum. So the minimum will be 3 and the maximum will be 5. And then let's assume I just want, or rather I'm doubting that the victim might have used password in his or her network. So I'm assuming the password is just the normal password. So in password we have some characters. So we have characters such as a, then here we also have, so I can just write, open a new terminal here. So for me to be specific, I have to stick on these. I have to make sure all these characters which are in the password, or I can just use a different example. Let me assume the victim has used Cisco as his or her password. So I'll make sure all these characters are I've taken care of all these characters. So I'll start with hi, and I'll start with C I. So here my character will be C hi, C hi, OOS. CIOS. Don't mind about the double C. Don't mind about the double C. You already have there. That will be taking care of this maximum number of characters which we have. So in Cisco we have how many characters? We have 5. So that is okay. So those are the characters I'm assuming that my victim has used. And then we can also save the word list in a certain file. So I'll use the greater than sign to save my file or my word list, and I'll give the word list name to be romjo.txt. Then after that I enter. So my word list has been generated, and you can see we have some 13, 44 lines. I can also list and check whether here is right there. Romjo.txt. I can also check the contents of that file. Most part romjo.txt. Good. We have some words there which are contained in my word list, and I can also search whether really I have Cisco in my word list. So I can just click on our search here. So I just find, and I type Cisco. It's right there. So it means the moment I use this word list, I'll be able to crack any password, or rather any system with the word Cisco as the password. So basically that is how you can create a word list, a specific word list which will enable you to crack the password, or any kind of password which you use. You can also have so many characters. It just depends with the characters which you are doubting that the user might have used. You can also have something like, you just want to create a very huge word list, no problem. You can have all the alphabetic characters. So I have B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, up to Z, and you also come up with such a word list. But the problem is that word list will be very huge, and it will take you a lot of time to crack the password, because that word list will be very huge. So you have to be very smart. You have to be specific when coming up with this word list. So, and also it also occupies some space. That is the reason as to why you can see here we have MB, we have GB. So you can come up with a word list with some terabytes here. So like if I enter this, and also you can have numerics 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So if I try to enter this, I don't have to save this. I don't have to save that, because I know it will be a very huge word list. So I can just enter. See, this one is just 6 MB. 6 MB. What about if I change the length, the minimum and the maximum length, to be something like 10, maximum to be 10, and then I enter. So you see now I have 11 terabytes. So what that means is that I need to have some 11 terabyte space here, so that I may be able to save my word list. So it just depends with the kind of word list which you want. Yeah, and then you are good to go. So the thing is, you have to know how to set the minimum and the maximum number of characters which are contained in your word list, and also the characters themselves. If it's ABC, just stick to ABC. If you want to create a very huge word list containing A to Z, well and good. So you have to have those three parameters: minimum, maximum, and the characters which you're doubting that the user or the victim might have used. So thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe for more calls. Next, I'll be showing you how you can use the word list to brute force login or website login credentials. Thank you and stay tuned.